'Tis the season to shine with H&M. Discover the holiday collection and find fashionable pieces for your wardrobe or for under the tree. Get inspired and dazzle with this year's glam. From tuxedo styles, bow detailed pieces, impressive prints, and more. From unforgettable looks to unforgettable gifts. With fashion finds to home decor, find it all at H&M. Treat your loved ones and yourself this season. Shop in-store or at hm.com.
This podcast is proudly sponsored by Buds and Beads Sparkling and Loose Leaf Teas. The kettle's boiled, Vic.
Great. Perfect timing. Just a dash of milk for me, please, mate.
Here you go. Shall we get started then?
Have you ever woken up on a Sunday morning and said, I'm never drinking again, and then found yourself waving $50 at a barman by happy hour?
Are you wondering why everyone else can stop at 1 while you head to a dodgy after-party with a weird bloke called Disco Dave? If so, it might be time to take a deeper look at your relationship with your reliable social crutch, alcohol.
On each episode, we'll investigate our own dysfunctional dealings with booze and find out if it's possible to stop this deeply ingrained habit before things get too messy.
Yep, we're going to open up a shame shed of humiliating drinking stories to help you understand why waking up from a booze coma each weekend with a kebab sticking out of your top pocket might actually be negatively impacting your health.
Hamish and I are here to delve into what it's like being sober, an unwanted warts and all look into why giving up those cheeky pints or putting down those mummy wines will make you feel happier, help your anxiety and mental health, and turn you into the most sparkly, authentic version of you.
Won't that mean I become boring though, Vic?
Well, Hamish, we'll just have to wait and see. I'm Victoria Vanstone.
I'm Hamish Adams-Cairns.
And this is Sober Awkward. I've got rid of them, Hamish.
I feel like whenever on this podcast we talk about like parenting being mental,
Yeah.
I feel like some parents be like, oh yeah, I know what that's like. I've got young ones, so I'm sort of like, well, I haven't quite got to that stage. And people with no kids will be like, I can't relate to that at all. Tell the listener what the situation was as I walked into the house this morning.
Oh, it's just always chaos. It's school holidays. They're all half dressed. One's got one shoe on. One's got a T-shirt on the wrong way round. All sorts of messy stuff is going on. One's not brushing their hair. One's not cleaning their teeth. And one is hiding under the kitchen drawer eating a jar of Nutella.
Yeah, he was so quiet. He's not often quiet, your littlest. And he went quiet and we lost him. And then we found him face covered in chocolate. Yeah. He ate the whole jar. We said, this is going to go badly.
Yeah.
We came in here to start this recording. Then we heard a child screaming. Sure enough, the sugars kicked him and he was having a meltdown 2 minutes later.
Now we've given them all to John.
John has got them for an hour, which I felt quite... We sat in here for a bit and we thought, so we just wait until they leave? I thought, this doesn't feel right. There's 3 screaming children and John trying to get them into a car. We had to go out and help.
Good days, bad days, Hamish, parenting.
More bad than good, I reckon.
Yeah, 75-25, I reckon, yeah.
Now, the way that I wanted to start this episode was I wrote the question, have you ever bought anything to make you look younger, Vic? I thought you would respond with like, yes, 1 or 2 things. You've written a page of things. The whole first page of our script is things that you've bought to make you look younger.
Well, I'm all for embracing old age, Hamish, but I'm also up for trying anything that makes me look younger if possible.
Go on then,
yes.
Hit me.
Concealer for bags under my eyes. I was telling this to John last night and I said not even the dustman could remove the bags under my eyes. I try everything, but nothing ever works. I buy the odd weird face cream and face oils that I think are going to make me look younger. I like having a facial, and afterwards I come out feeling like I'm a model, and then I pass a window and realise that that's not the case. I tend to wear, this is a funny one, Hamish, I tend to wear glasses and earrings quite a lot because I feel that takes away from the reality of the face.
Oh, it's a distraction.
It's a distraction.
Okay.
So I decorate my face like baubles on a Christmas tree and have things hanging off it,
That's
adorning
good.
my face. So people go, oh, aren't your glasses nice? And then so they can't see the wrinkly old.
I feel like that's a bit like when I was an actor and you invite people to come see your play.
Yeah.
At the end of their play, they're like, oh, I love the costumes.
Yeah.
You know, it was a shit play.
You
Or,
were
like,
bad.
The lighting and the sounding was fantastic. Yeah,
Yes.
okay. You
It's sort of
fixed it.
distracting them from the reality of the thing, yeah. I don't really know why I care what I look like. I don't so much in sobriety, but I think it's kind of like a fucked up media pressure thing. And I hate that I weaken to it sometimes. It's watching too many episodes of that stupid Selling Sunset where all the women just look absolutely incredible all the time.
Yeah, but you get bombarded with it. There's a lot of
I'm bombarded with it.
attention on this in newspapers and magazines and TV and film.
Yeah, you are bombarded with it on a day-to-day basis. So part of you wants to go, I don't want to do this, I'm against this. And then part of you's going, I might try that one day. Yeah, so it's
unfair.
difficult. It's very
Particularly
unfair.
Women. I think
particularly
for
for
women,
women.
it's like, look younger. And for men, there's not that pressure so much, I feel.
Yeah. I had a look online and found out some other things that older people do to seem young.
Okay, cool.
Right. And it was leaving voicemails, eating dinner at 5 p.m, wearing a jacket when it's not cold outside, taking photos of people and things beside themselves, being obsessive about the weather, drinking tea and still using Facebook. I was absolutely astonished. That was the list online.
What?
And I do every single one of those.
Hang on, you do those to make yourself look young?
Looked up what older
Leaving
people do to
voicemails?
seem young.
What young about...
Well, because it's kind of like, I'll leave a voice. It's better than writing a letter, isn't it?
Okay. I also feel like Facebook is sort of outdated now. I feel like maybe that's an older thing.
Yeah, maybe.
Like the young'uns aren't doing Facebook
But I feel like it
anymore.
makes me sort of seem young and cool because I'm on social media.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's not cool at all, is it?
Well, I am by no means the person that should be giving cool advice.
They're probably wondering what we're trying to get to here.
Yeah,
Hamish.
no, let's actually get on with it. So basically, before we do, I always thought that maybe like buying Converse
Yeah.
when you're like in your 50s is you trying to bring back, Converse were huge in the 70s and 80s. If I wear Converse when I'm a bit older, I'm still got it.
But it's retro. You're allowed to be retro.
Well, you're good at retro.
Yeah, I
You
do
a lot of
like
vintage
retro. I wear
clothing.
Vans a lot and I do like kind of an 80s look.
Yeah. See, I
Yeah.
think Vans are okay. For me, Converse, I think maybe over a certain age, you're not 20-year-old. You're not in Greece. You
Yeah.
know?
Yeah.
And also, obviously, just buying flash cars.
Yes.
Which is annoying because I feel like people can afford flash cars when they're older, but they look less cool in them.
Yeah, they look like they're having a midlife crisis.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. Why are we talking about this? Reason we are is because we want to focus today's episode on the surprising benefits of sobriety to your skin.
Skin, eh?
Okay, yeah. So the entire skin product industry is based on the assumption that this cream can make you look younger or delay aging or swerve wrinkles or make you glow. I am sceptical about it. I actually don't think a cream can do that. I know that is an unpopular opinion for any women that work or men that work in the skincare industry. I kind of call bullshit. I think that any changes that you really need to make have to start on the inside, and that is what quitting alcohol does. Your opinion on the skincare industry?
That's the problem, is that I do feel like I give into it, but how would you ever know if it's making it better?
Exactly my point. Unless
Yeah.
you have a twin and you eat and drink exactly the same things, and one of
Okay.
you uses the product and one of you doesn't.
I don't have a
How can
twin.
you prove that a cream makes you look younger or delays wrinkles?
Yeah, it's interesting. We'd have to look that one up.
Same with babies.
Yeah.
It'd be like, you've got to use this baby shampoo because
Yes.
they're too young or sensitive skin. I'm like, soap is on a baby for like 2 seconds in
How
the bath.
bad can it be? Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know about it.
Yes, we don't know. It's like a car mechanic, isn't it? When you take your car in and they say, this is wrong. And you have to go, okay, because I've got no idea, so I'm going to pay you all the money to fix that car. It's like a human body.
Yeah.
You go and see a Botox doctor. They're going to say, oh, you need a bit there and you need a bit there. Yeah. And you don't actually know. And what we want to do is, of course, embrace our real authentic faces, Hamish,
That's
isn't it?
it.
Whenever we talk about sobriety, we tend to focus on the benefits of our overall health and well-being, not to mention the improvements in our mental and physical health. Stitches hit us at... Stitches?
Yeah. You know, when you go to run and you get a stitch.
Oh, yeah, okay. Stitches
You
hit
remember running?
No. Stitches hit us a little later when we exercise. We can think a little clearer and spend much less time crying in bed than we once did. Well, sort of. Its effects on our skin are sometimes forgotten, even though it's often the first thing that you and those you know will notice in the early days of your sobriety.
As you may have now figured out, 80 or so episodes into the podcast, neither Vic Nor Lucy nor I are scientists. And we certainly aren't dermatologists.
But holy hell, we can do research on your behalf.
Oh, baby, bit of research coming right up. Okay, so let's begin with a little fun fact that some of you may know because a smug cousin probably tried to trick you by asking you it across the table at the family function.
Smug cousin.
This is smug cousin. So they go, do you know what the biggest organ in the human body is? And then you guess.
I go, oh, no idea.
Because you can't think of any organs.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know that many organs. And they go, actually, you're wrong. It's the skin.
Ah.
Oh, and you go, inwardly, you go, I don't want you at my family functions anymore.
I want more smug cousins. I need more facts, Hamish. Oh, luckily, I've got some coming up.
Go for it.
Skin facts, I've called it.
Nice.
Your skin makes up about 15% of your total body weight. The average... You must have a lot of skin then, Hamish.
Yeah.
The average adult is nearly 21 square feet of skin and that contains over 11 miles of blood vessels.
Oh, that is good.
Yeah.
21 square foot of skin.
That is weird, isn't
That's
it?
a good skin fact.
A single square inch of skin has about 300 sweat glands. Yeah.
Skin fact.
Skin fact.
Should be saying that before every
Skin
fact.
fact. Skin fact. The thickest skin is found on your feet, and the thinnest area of your skin are your eyelids. I thought it would be your penis, the thickest bit, wouldn't it?
Not for me.
Oh, you've got
Thickest.
very thin skin on your penis.
I've
Have
got
you?
the thickest skin on my penis. It looks like the bottom of a foot, my penis.
It's like an elephant's skin. Inappropriate, Hamish, do you think?
No, that stays, that survives the edit.
Oh dear, oh dear. Another little fun fact for skin facts. For those that are wondering which the second biggest organ is, well, it's the liver, of course. And we all know what happens to that when we overdrink.
Okay, so let's start with how alcohol affects our skin negatively during our drinking days. And there are 4 main ways to get us started.
Firstly, alcohol is a diuretic, which means that it dehydrates the body, including the skin.
This may come as a surprise to you that after drinking 8 pints or 3 bottles of wine, you're actually getting dehydrated. It seems to not make sense because you're putting a lot of liquid in, but that is how alcohol works.
Less surprisingly, dehydrated skin leads to dry skin, obviously, and can give the skin a lackluster complexion. That is a lovely word, lackluster.
Yeah, a bit of dry skin, lovely.
Is your penis dry? And
Let's just leave it. Let's just pop a pin in my penis for a secondary.
Sorry, I had to ask.
No, you didn't.
I'll ask your wife. She's coming over in a minute.
Secondly, alcohol dilates blood vessels. In other words, it makes them smaller and makes your heart work harder to pump blood around the body.
Ah, I see.
The effect that this dilation has on the skin is that it causes redness and flushing. This is particularly apparent in the face and can lead to conditions like, I'm going to go with rosacea?
No, rosacea.
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 Rosacea, or rosacea, is common in overdrinkers who have the appearance of permanent flush caused by the small surface blood vessels of the skin enlarging. Think a drinker's nose, Hamish, also known as a whiskey
Yeah,
nose.
I googled a few.
Were they quite thick as well?
Thick. You're so childish.
Sorry.
Did you laugh
No,
at flush earlier as
I
well?
did, yeah.
You did, yeah.
I've got naughty brain on. I've got botty brain.
They are thick. They look quite painful. They are red. God. Anyway, early treatment can help take the red out, but there is fundamentally no cure for rosacea. And in America alone, an estimated 16 million people are living with this chronic skin condition.
Oh, okay. Thirdly, it's time to talk about the liver. Alcohol impairs our liver's ability to detoxify the body effectively as it struggles to function optimally. Toxins begin to build up.
The effect that these toxins have on the skin is quite worrying. They can manifest as blemishes and acne or more extreme conditions like eczema or psoriasis.
God, it's interesting, Hamish, isn't it, about those drinkers' noses and things. I always used to think it was severe, like somebody propped up at the bar with a tankard with a big drinker's nose. But I notice it a bit more on people now when they're drinking red wine. You know, you get that flushed chest and flushed cheeks, and it flushes the nose as well. So it can just be in one drinking session that your skin changes.
Yeah. I always thought it was just red wine that did that. I
Yeah.
thought red wine equals red nose. I didn't realise it was any alcohol.
I wonder if it's a lot of people in AA say that as part of the disease that they are allergic to alcohol. And I wonder, my sister said she always got red and I always got red. And I wonder if it's people that overdrink or whether people actually are allergic to alcohol.
Yeah, could be.
We'll have to look that up.
You know the song Man with the Red Face?
No, I don't know that one.
Oh, banging song.
Yeah.
Unbelievable song. That is about Sir Alex Ferguson.
Okay.
And he had a red face. I guess he had a red face because he was angry a lot as a football manager, but actually he also drank a lot of red wine. He's famous for inviting the other manager into his office after the game and sharing beautiful wine.
Right.
And he had a pretty red nose.
Right, yeah.
Anyway, little aside. Just pause the podcast now. Go listen to The Man with the Red Face. I'm surprised you don't know it.
No, I don't know it. I have to listen.
Okay, I'll play it after this.
Finally, consuming alcohol negatively affects your sleep. This is something that we've discussed a lot throughout our podcast. What effect does poor sleep quality have on your skin, though, I hear you ask?
Okay, so bad sleep leads to tired, puffy-looking skin. I'm sure lots of us can relate to that.
Yeah.
Why? I read into this. I'm still not 100% sure why. But basically, here it is. It's to do with overnight fluid retention. So lying down causes fluid to rest and collect in the face. If we don't get enough sleep, our skin does not get the opportunity to refresh itself and tighten up. This is where we get the bags under our eyes.
Okay, that is absolutely fascinating because I never knew. We say, oh yeah, I look bloated and I look unwell when I was a drinker. And when I look back at a photograph, my face is rounder than it is now, which is surprising because it's quite round, isn't it?
I can't imagine.
But I always wondered, why do I look like swollen?
Yeah.
But that makes sense.
So do you want a little bit too much information? We all have fluid moving through our bodies at all time, and it collects in different parts of the body, and some of it doesn't pass out as pee, and it collects in different places.
Okay.
And that's what that is.
Gosh.
So it's kind of like having pee under your eyes.
Okay, excellent. Don't take that as, what's the word?
I'm not a doctor.
No.
No. That is how I read the Google review.
That's how Hamish sees things, which is probably very different to the rest of the world.
Yeah, no doubt.
Hamish. Through Hamish's eyes. We could do a section on it, couldn't we?
No.
Life through Hamish's eyes.
No,
a skewed
I'll get
sense of the
admitted
world.
into hospital. Someone will report me.
Quick, take him away. Shall we take a moment here to take a look at how our skin was affected during our drinking years?
Okay, so I'm often as shocked as I am impressed when people send us photos of them at the height of their drinking, say a year or two ago, versus photos of them today. We had one on Cuppa recently that was fascinating. It often looks like two different people, and a lot of this has to do with their complexion. You've spoken a lot about having that slightly absent look in your eyes.
Yes, the dead shark eyes, yeah.
That's it. Okay, so what about your skin back in the days?
So as I said, I was often bloated. My skin was blotchy. Yep. I remember it sometimes looking quite pale and very unwell. I did get spots. I got the odd pustulous random boil.
Oh,
yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
There's a lot going on in that sentence.
Yeah. I never had acne, but I just had the odd one. The odd mega boil.
Yeah.
Yes. Do you know the mega boils?
Yeah.
Yeah, the painful ones. Mm-hmm. I was quite veiny. I think... Basically...
In the face or where?
Well, I'll tell you, Hamish, it's quite horrible. If you're eating a pret-a-manger sandwich right now, put it down. I was sick a lot, as we know, as a drinker. It was something, I don't know whether it was because I smoked as well or whatever the reason was. It was probably because I was drinking too much and downing too much booze too quickly.
You blaming cigarettes.
Yeah, I won't blame cigarettes. I was drinking too much. And when I was sick, I was very sick, and it caused a lot of pressure. Mm-hmm. And I often broke the blood vessels in round my eyes. Yeah. So I would wake up in the morning, it would almost look like I had black eyes where the blood vessels had burst, which would be a red flag, you would have thought, to say, this isn't good, Vicky. But I never...
is exploding.
I just went, ha, look, I've got burst blood vessels from being sick. That's how stupid I am, everybody. Round of applause. Some people that I knew growing up, even when I was a drinker and not a drinker, did go to weird extremes to look after their skin and to fix all of those things. I had a mate who used to put tiger balm on her spots when we were hungover. It was something she did. She'd sit there and feel horrible about herself and put tiger balm.
What does tiger balm
It just makes you scream in pain, and it pretty much burns it off. Do not do that, people. I had another mate who took a hormone pill that actually stopped her periods and made her anemic. And she was really sick, but she had really good skin.
So not all bad news.
It's incredible the extremes people go to. And one of the things we used to do as kids was mixing lemons and baking soda, which was apparently a cure for acne. But it was really, really painful when you put it on.
That is baking soda. I've actually just been reading about baking soda.
Yeah.
It's actually really good for you, eating it.
Eating it?
You put 1 teaspoon of it with 2 teaspoons of apple cider vinegar.
Oh, yes, cider vinegar is supposed to be good.
It's amazing. It's in that breathing thing I'm reading.
What's it made out of, though?
I was like 30% listening when I listened to this part of the lecture, but basically you need to do your research at home. It is amazing for you, and I don't exactly know why.
It was funny, I was talking to a mum at school the other day. We were talking about baking a cake, because obviously that's what I do all the time, and we were talking about baking powder, and we were like, oh yeah, we've got any baking powder, let's put it in. What is baking powder?
Good point.
What is it?
I have no
Where's it
idea
come
what
from?
baking powder
I
is.
don't know either. We're going to go and look in a minute. I'll get back to you on that.
Good point.
What is that? What is that stuff? What is it doing, and where does it come from? Is it like alien, like a surface of Mars? What is that stuff?
We need to.
Yeah, I'm
going
going
to look into that.
Should we have
I always
a
feel
pause?
the same way about nuts.
Yeah.
No,
They come from trees.
But do all nuts grow on trees? Have you ever seen a nut tree?
Yeah,
Have you ever
almond.
seen like a peanut?
Yeah, peanut tree. Yeah, I've seen a
And
peanut tree.
almonds?
Almond tree. Yeah.
You've seen these?
Yeah,
nut
in France
trees?
they have almond trees. Yeah.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Okay, that's just me.
Yeah.
I mean, I know they come from trees, but I've never seen a tree full of nuts.
Pineapples grow on the ground though.
Okay.
Frightening, isn't it?
Well, it's not a nut.
Yeah. Well, isn't it?
Is it frightening?
Pineapple nuts.
Okay, we digress. When I sat down and probably thought about this for a second, it made me think about acne during my teenage years. Okay, now I don't think you need to be a scientist to know that for most of us, acne starts when you go through puberty, right? Again, I'm not a scientist, but I think that's pretty common knowledge. So I thought, well, that puberty is also, 14, 15, no matter how old you were when it happened, is also the age when we start drinking for a lot of us. So I kind of was wondering, do you reckon those two things are some way connected? Would we have less bad acne as a teenager if we didn't drink? Are they just sort of both working together to give you bad skin? I think it's an interesting point.
That is a very interesting point. And actually, a lot of stuff happens there in those teenage years. You're introduced to, feelings and emotions over another person, being attracted to someone. That causes all sorts of problems. You've got choices to make. You've got exams. What career do you want to do?
Yeah.
And then suddenly you've got alcohol in the mix and you've got self-awareness in the mix. There is so much going on there that no wonder you've got spots in your drink, quite honestly.
For me, I didn't get a lot of it, but I guess similar to you, just like one bad one. Usually at the day, you're like, I'm going to talk to the girl that I fancy.
Yeah.
And then bang, middle of the forehead.
Yeah.
And do I have a pair of sunglasses big enough that I can wear to cover it?
Hey.
Or like one on the neck and you go for a scarf that's not that cold? I had that quite a lot.
Yeah.
Also, I thought acne ended when puberty ended, and it doesn't. Still get the occasional bastard on like the upper back or a nose.
Yeah.
And I think maybe that is because we drink a lot. I would drink a lot in our 20s when you think, oh, my puberty is finished. Now I will have great skin forever. And I did not have great skin at uni.
Didn't you? Yeah.
Well, I never had awful outbreaks, but I've always had one somewhere on my face.
I think part of my problem is, Hamish, is that I've never taken care of my skin. Like I didn't care about my body too much when I was a drinker. And actually I'm not great now even. Like I'm not someone that goes out and buys expensive creams. I have soap. I wash my face with soap. I don't cleanse it afterwards. I don't.
Yeah.
I do put face oil on probably once a day, just because I feel that's easy. But I'm not somebody who has a face routine. I've never ever had any sort of skincare routine. So I wonder whether that's why I don't. I actually have all right skin.
Yeah, you
My mum's got really good skin as well. She's got really kind of young skin for her age, and she's 80. So yeah, I'm not sure whether sometimes it can just be good generational skin.
The only time I take care of my skin is when I walk past an Aesop shop.
Oh yeah.
And they've got the freebie outside. I'm like, can I swerve
Yes.
buying in a couple of pumps? I don't think I've ever walked past an Aesop.
Yeah.
I don't think I've ever walked into an Aesop. I've walked past and had a couple of pumps.
Got a freebie.
Bad.
Do you have any sort of skincare regime?
Weirdly, actually, my mum was like on it when we were 14, 15.
Oh,
so she
really?
got us this Dermalogica cream. So we had like one that we did exfoliated, then one that we did to wash, and then one that we did for the moisturiser.
Whilst listening to classical music?
Always, yeah. Oh no, the butler would put that on.
Your childhood,
And
Hamish.
so like, I had a real routine then,
Yeah.
and then I got old enough to look after myself.
Yeah,
So
and
28,
and let go.
I looked at the price of Dermatologica skin products. I was like, holy shit, no way can I do that. So I wash my face every morning and evening with whatever the cheapest exfoliating face wash is in the supermarket. And then I moisturise, but I use like normal body moisturiser on my face because face moisturiser is like 10
I do
times
too.
the price.
I use the body moisturiser on my face. How different can we be? We're going to get emails from people going, don't put body moisturiser on your face. But I didn't afford any proper face creams for a while, and I was just putting olive oil on my face for a bit.
No.
Yeah, it just dried my skin out, actually.
You can put coconut cream. That's meant to be quite good.
Coconut's right.
Liz has like a pipette of oil, and she puts it on her face, and it dribbles down her face. It's like special oil. She's really into it. Really into it.
Okay, I need to ask her.
Every year on her birthday or Christmas, my parents, my brother said, "What should we get her?"
Skin stuff.
Same shit.
Or maybe I need to have a
company,
consultation with
stuff.
her.
Yeah,
She's going to go and look at my Dove soap next to the sink and just go,
judge you.
Yeah, just shake her head.
Yeah.
Dear, oh dear. Okay, so we know that alcohol is bad for our skin, but we want to take this further. We want to show you that sobriety isn't just not bad for the skin, it's effectively fantastic for it. I was doing a pause like Simon Cowell then.
For effect?
Yeah. No, just because I didn't have my glasses on properly.
Okay, so 3's the magic number. 3 ways that a sober life will improve your skin.
Okay, great.
Okay, and they're all slightly related to what I've mentioned, but it's important to show why they're good. Okay, so firstly, removing a substance like alcohol from your lifestyle gives your body a chance to heal and recover. Okay, not a huge shock. It's literally a poison. The most obvious way this affects your skin, though, is through its improved hydration. So we know that it dehydrates. What does hydrated skin look like? Well, it retains moisture better, which gives it a healthier and more radiant appearance. And we like to talk about the glow. You know, people go, you're glowing.
Yes.
I think that is from hydrated skin.
Okay.
No matter how much money you spend on fancy cream, water is your skin's best friend.
Okay.
I think that's the secret that skincare products probably don't want you to know. Just drink a load of water, and that is going to be good for your skin from the inside out, like I said.
I definitely don't drink enough water.
Oh, there's no way. I don't drink water hardly at all.
Yeah, especially in winter, I don't drink it at all. In summer here, I do. I was just thinking about taking care of my skin as a drinker and why I didn't. And I think often I woke up with terrible skin was because I passed out without taking my makeup off. And I think that's something women do a lot as drinkers. Big thing. Yeah. So I'd probably have concealer on, mascara on, lipstick on, and I would just go to bed and wake up the next morning and my skin would feel horrible. It's horrible going to bed with mascara on. Not that you'd know, Hamish.
I don't know.
Yeah, I don't believe that. But it gets in your eyes, it's really uncomfortable, and that can't be good for your skin going to bed with makeup on.
Yeah.
Secondly, let's talk about the liver again. A fully functioning sober liver will effectively eliminate toxins from your body. The result of this: no more skin infections that we mentioned earlier. No more red patches as a result of inflammation, less breakouts, and a clearer, more even skin tone.
Okay, so we're glowing, our skin is clear, it's all the same colour now without any weird red patches. Could it get any better? I hear you scream.
It sure can. As we mentioned before, sobriety has a knock-on effect on your adopting a healthier lifestyle overall. Typically, we exercise a little more, are more conscious about what we're putting into our bodies, and we might even adopt a few new healthy hobbies. All of these lifestyle changes can have a positive impact on your skin health. As Hame said, the best way to change the quality of your skin is by making changes on the inside. God, that does sound a bit weird.
It does, doesn't it? Maybe I'm a dermatologist after all. I
You
actually
are?
saw Ed Sheeran did a... I'll put a link in the show notes. Ed Sheeran did like a speech about this the other day, about how when you're drinking and then you're eating bad, then you wake up groggy and then you feel lazy and you're in a bad cycle.
Yeah.
Whereas if you're not drinking, then you're drinking more water, you wake up and want to go for a run, and it's generally like a snowball effect.
It absolutely is. I totally agree. I never really exercised at all, and now I do an hour of exercise every day.
Yeah.
I go for a walk or I do boxing, and I think I just generally look healthier than I ever have, actually.
Yeah. For some people, a change in the quality of their skin is one of the first signs that sobriety is working for them. Compliments from friends, family, strangers serve to reinforce your decision and rebuild your confidence. But it's important to say that this might not happen quickly for you.
That's right. We're all different and our bodies react to sobriety at different paces. After all, most of us have been drowning in alcohol for decades. So remember to be a little bit patient. All of the benefits of sobriety that we mention in every episode of this podcast will happen to you. It might take a week, a month, a year, but it's inevitable. So stick with it, people.
Did it happen to you quickly? Did you get people mentioning, gosh, you look well in the first month, 2 months?
I think I had a recent pregnancy, and my skin always gets better when I'm pregnant.
Yeah.
I mean, you do get some funny rashes as well, of course, when you're pregnant. I used to get dry skin and all sorts of things, but generally I had that glowing look about me when I was pregnant, and I had 2 pregnancies just before, well, in the years before that I got sober, so I looked a bit better already. Because I had those breaks from alcohol. I think that really helps. I mean, it was 9 months each time. And then I just had Freddie, I think, when I finally went sober. I think it was just before I had Freddie, actually. So then I had another 9 months of like just being really, really healthy. And since then, I've kind of just kept that up. And when I look at photos of me 10 years ago, let's say, when I was kind of still a really big binge drinker, I don't look generally well.
Yeah.
And also I don't look present and I don't look happy. I can see that I've got a smile on my face, but to me it doesn't look genuine anymore. Mm-hmm. And I think my skin looks a sort of greyish colour, just really unwell. And I, as I said, it was because I didn't take care of myself in general.
Yeah. So we're going to end with a skin joke before our disappointing affirmation this week. Don't read ahead because I want to
I'm not
read
reading
you
ahead yet.
this joke.
Yeah.
Because I found it online. It's a bit dark. It's a bit naughty. It's very funny, though.
Oh, God. Is this another edit that I'm going to have to do?
I don't think so. No, I don't think so. I think this one
I'm just going to put a note in. Often I have to edit Hamish because he comes out with something completely controversial.
Don't
and I'm
say
like,
that before my joke. That people will be nervous listening.
I'm like, oh, God, what's he going to say?
Okay. I took my grandpa to one of those places where the fish eat dead skin. It cost me $50, but it was a hell of a lot cheaper than a funeral.
That's awful. No, I like it though. It's funny. Oh dear. Have we got a disappointing affirmation?
Okay, you'll like this.
If I knew back then what I knew now, I would have just fucked up my life differently.
Yeah.
That is a good one. I think it's a good point here, Hamish, to mention our show. We've got to talk about our show a little bit.
Okay.
And the cuppa community we want to chat about a bit here today as well, don't we?
Yes.
Might be a good idea.
When is it? Thursday, 21st of September.
In Sydney.
In Sydney. What's the name of the theatre?
It's the Sydney Harold Park Community Hall.
Okay, that's it.
Yeah, and Hamish and I are going to be doing a live episode of the podcast, and there's a few tickets left, and you can buy them on Eventbrite.
That's the one.
Or you can just go to soberawkward.com.
Yes. So we've done one show up here in Roochdale. This is going to be our Sydney one, and then we're hoping that early next year probably we're going to take it to Melbourne and to Brisbane too.
Maybe November, Melbourne. We're just going to see how it goes.
Don't know. We get nervous.
We
doing big
just got
planning.
we got too much to fit in. We need PAs basically.
We like podcasting. We don't like planning.
We don't like doing the other work.
We don't like doing the hard work.
We don't like doing the hard work. It's just me and Hamish. We don't have any admin people
No.
or anything like that. It's just us trying to wing it on a day-to-day basis. What we need is a team.
That's what we need.
Yeah, we're
So
desperate
if
for a
you
team.
are
Yeah.
a team
Yes.
and want to join us,
Yeah, marketing, or what else do we need, Hamish?
I mean, all the
someone
things.
to do an email, someone to do SEO
anyway,
stuff.
we're not going to complain. We're talking about the show.
Yeah,
Very excited. The
We're
show
not
will
going
be
to pay
great.
you. We're not going to pay you, but go and see our show.
Come see the show. It'll be a lot of fun. We're hoping we'll be able to get a few non-alcoholic drinks involved as well. So get that with your ticket. And we'll have a little Q&A and you can come meet us and we can... Vic threatened to just cuddle everyone but not talk to you.
Yeah, it's not very COVID-friendly cuddling anymore, though, is it?
Well, let's hope COVID's a thing of the past now.
Yes, hopefully. We also wanted to say, if you haven't already, please go on and join the Cuppa community, which is our Sober Awkward community. And on there, you can find all the events that are going on. You can create events yourself. You can buy merch. You can chat with other people. You can join groups and you can join courses. There is loads of stuff on the Cuppa community if you are sober or sober curious or still drinking.
Yeah. And the way you do that is you can either do it on a computer at cuppa.community, Cuppa C-U-P-P-A, or you can also do it on your phone. If you'd rather do that, you just need to download the Mighty Networks app.
Yes.
And you can get it through that. But it's all free.
It's all free. And actually, that's what we want to say. Our cuppa community is supported by the members. I pay the fees annually by donations from the people that are on there. So we don't make any money out of it, and it's totally supported by the users because we want to keep it free and make sure that there is help available for those that need it, that can't afford it. And there is a minefield? No, minefield?
I think it's mine.
It's a mine of information. Would that work?
I would say minefield's
It's a gold mine.
There we go.
There you go. It's a gold mine of people at different stages of sobriety that are there to tell you what it's like. And we have guest blogs and we have loads of brilliant people on there that are there to help. So go on there and ask whatever questions you want. And me and Hamish are on there all the time. You can chat with us, listen to episodes and ask us questions. It is a brilliant resource. What else, Hamish?
That's about it.
What are you doing for the rest of the day?
Liz is leaving, so not leaving me permanently. She's going away for 2 nights, so
Yes.
I am solo parenting. Well, actually, your kids and husband are taking my son, which is pretty good.
Yeah, see how that goes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've also been up all night watching cricket, so I'll be taking it easy.
Oh God, he's going into the cricket again. It's time to press
leave.
pause. Thanks for listening, everybody. If you're questioning your relationship with booze, you're struggling to moderate, or your hangovers are causing anxiety, it might be time to reach out for some support.
Yeah, just talk to a mate about how you're feeling, contact a local doctor, find an AA or sobriety group. Vic's got one.
Yeah, just head to www.cuppa.community.
Remember, if you're questioning yourself, it might be time to seek support.
Even though this journey can be awkward, it is definitely worth it. And if you've enjoyed the Sober Awkward podcast, don't forget to review it, rate it, and share it with your mates.
They have to share it with their mates?
Yeah, of course they do. I'm not doing this for nothing, Hamish. Bloody hell.
How do they share it?